President Bola Tinubu had, during his nationwide broadcast, reaffirmed his commitment to keeping Nigeria safe. The president also promised to foster trust with the Nigerian people and demonstrate his commitment to meaningful reforms.
As the president of this country, I must ensure public order in line with the constitutional oath to protect the lives and property of every citizen. Our government will not stand idly by and allow a few with a clear political agenda to tear this nation apart.
And TVC State House correspondent Femi Akande is standing by to give an overview of the president's resolve to protect citizens. Femi, you followed, you've been covering the president, for a while now, and then you also followed that speech on Sunday. Give us an overview of this resolve in line with all that has been put in place in the last few hours or a few days.
Hi, Precious. Well, we have seen the president's resolve. He's marched word with action, met with the service chiefs and the heads of other security agencies today, to get briefing from them on the state of security across the country, from Katsina to Gombe to Kaduna to Kano, and also get good intelligence about what really the situation is, and especially with the issue of protesters, clutching foreign flags and waving them around the street, and even some of them, calling for a military takeover. We had the chief of defense staff, who said that a lot of these people calling for the military takeover, some of them are young teenagers, not up to the age of accountability. So, he is also suggesting that there might be some people or certain influences behind all of what are played out on the streets. The directive they have gotten from the president is to go all out and ensure that every enemy of the state is apprehended and and prosecuted. So we expect in the coming days to begin to see them carry out the directive of President Bola Tinubu. He has also been engaging not just with security agencies, including with his ministers. We also hear that he's had some conversations with state governors to get a brief about the situation in their states, because in the state governors are also under pressure. A lot of them are trying to contain the situation in their state, the security situation in their state, especially states where the protests turn violent and properties are being destroyed, government buildings are being attacked, especially what we see in Kano, infrastructure destroyed and all of that. So President Bola Tinubu has been getting briefs daily on the situation, and also telling his ministers and heads of agencies and parastatals to go all out, to also communicate clearly what government's policies, plans and programs are for Nigerians, for them to also understand that indeed the government is working in their interest, and already some of these reforms so the results of some of these reforms are already manifesting, and some will just take a little more time to manifest. We had the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning say, the situation in Nigeria today is as a result of years, decades of underinvestment in the economy, in critical infrastructure, and also critical sectors of the economy. So, a lot of people are also beginning to understand that, well, indeed, within 14 months of President Bola Tinubu's administration, that, well, he has tried to steady the ship of the nation, and everyone is waiting to now see how, all of these reforms and programs will begin to materialize in the interest of the country. Precious.
And Femi, do we know if there is a timeline to some of the promises made by the president? He talked about the release of over, I think it was about 250 CNG buses, and some other things it is going to roll out. It will address some of these issues. But is there a timeline to it, and how soon should Nigerians begin to expect some of these reforms?
Well, some of them are already happening, especially with even the CNG, the infrastructure has already been put in place. We have also seen the managing director of the presidential CNG initiative, go all out to distribute conversion kits to the National Union of Road Transport Workers. These conversion kits have been given to them free of charge, just to ensure that, you know, in the long run, it brings down the cost of transportation, which is also significantly responsible for the inflation we are seeing, especially food inflation. And President Bola Tinubu has also said that, you know, food security is a priority for his administration. We are also seeing with the student loan NEL fund. If you've been online, you'll see NEL fund engaging with students. A lot of them are also confirming that some of them have started getting, you know, the alerts for their student loan and for their upkeep. The ones,
and I think
he mentioned that still have issues.
And he also mentioned, you know, additional funds that would also be released as well. We'll see how, you know, all of this will play out in the coming days and if they will address these issues. TVC State House correspondent Femi Akande, thank you so much for your update. Now it's day 5 of the nationwide protest.